What color are you feeling today?
Blue.
Blue? Light blue or darker blue? Dark blue. All right. All right. If you're feeling blue, I'm feeling for A. 7 square root of 5. Agree, disagree, or do you need it explained? Explain? No worries. Okay, so if I look at A, it's part of a right triangle where they give you two sides. So I'm going to use Pythagoreans here. Okay? Now, don't get confused because of 14 and 7 and 30, 60, 90s. Number one, they don't give you any angle measures, and number two, they're in the wrong spot. Okay? So 7 squared plus 14 squared equals A squared. Okay with that? Yeah. Okay, 7 squared is 49. 14 squared is 196. Put them together in the square root symbol, and you got A, root 245. Get thus far? Yeah. What number goes into both 7 and 14? 7. At the very least, 7 is going to be outside when we're all done. All right, what's 7 squared? 49. 49 goes into 245 5 times. Square root of 245 simplifies down to 7. Good? Right. So 87 root 5. B is also 7 root 5. Everybody okay with that? Yes, no, don't understand. Close, it's isosceles. So these two angles are congruent. So these two sides are congruent. All right, if it was equilateral, they would give you that, all three angles, or they'd give you the 60 degrees. But the right idea is just the wrong type of triangle. So 7 root 5. Everybody else good with that? All right, C. Let's see, 13 squared is 169, 7 root 5 squared is not, yeah, it's, so I gotta do 7 square root of 5 squared, which brings me back to the 245 minus the 169, and that gives me 76. So C, my friends, is going to be 2 square root of 19. C is 2 root 19.
That was 13 squared plus 6 squared equals 7 root 5 squared.
7 root 5 squared, yep, the 13 squared is 169. The 7 root 5 squared brings you back to 245. 245 minus 169 is 76, and 4 goes into 76. So that's why the 2 is on the outside. So the 2 root 9. Everybody else good? D, ladies and gentlemen, is bum 13 square root of 2. And E equals 13. Okay, now, I know. How did I know that that's a 45, 90 triangle? All right, so that is parallel to that. So these are same side interior angles. Means they're supplementary. If that one is 90, that means this entire angle is also 90. The two they give me are 30 and 15, which is 45. Except 45. Everybody good with that idea? So that makes E 13. All right. Now I got to work a little bit. All right. So if D is 13, that means that F is, this is going to look a little tricky. F equals, E is 13, D is 13 root 2. F is 13 root 2 divided by root 3, 13 thirds, root 6. And then G is 26 thirds root 6.
Did you read it like 13 and then that over 3?
Over the 3, absolutely. Or you can write the 13 thirds as a mixed number, but I wouldn't recommend it. Yes, no, maybe so? Nobody needs me to go over it? All right, and then H, and you won't have anything this bad on Friday. H would be 21 squared plus H squared equals 26 over 3 root 6 squared. 21 squared is 441. All right. H is there. G is 26 over 3 equals 676 over 9 times 6. 676 times 2 thirds. Unfortunately, doesn't go, 3 doesn't go into 2, 676. On the 676 times 2 divided by 3, 450 and 2 thirds. Subtract the 441, H squared equals 9 and 2 thirds. H equals the square root of 9 and 2 thirds, which is the square root of 29 over 3, which would be the square root of 87 over 3 when you're all done rationalizing. There you go. All right. Good. All right. So if you want, or if you haven't yet, up in the front are 3 pieces of paper. This is the notes from yesterday. If you already got it, you don't need it. We're only going to go through one problem on that. This is the actual assignment that you have to hand in tomorrow night at midnight. Productive struggle problems. And this is the optional quiz review that you can grab as well. You can grab any one of those that you would like. Okay, the one problem we're going to go on this, which is the notes, is the last one. All right, and then we will go through the actual homework and walk you through that to make sure you're as equipped as you possibly can be to do that. If you would like to, tomorrow you can certainly log on and ask questions about it, but please realize it's a half schedule. So the class tomorrow starts at around 11:20 and ends at 11:50, just letting you know. Okay, but we're going to look at the very last one. All right. And that's going to look bada bing, bada bum. Bada bing, bada bum. Bada bing, bada bum. I don't think any of these work, but we'll give it a whirl. All right. Looking at that problem, everybody good with that? 6x is equal to 180, x is equal to 30. 6x equals 180, x is equal to 30. Good. We know the angles of a triangle always add up to 180, so we can solve for x. That makes this 30, that's 60, that's 90. So that makes it a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. And then this is 30 square root of 5. Good with that? Okay, so this is usually associated with the root 3 side. I'm going to make that equal to z root 3. I'm not going to use x so I don't get confused with the other variable. That's z root 3. And then I would divide by root 3. And then I would multiply top and bottom by root 3 to rationalize the denominator. And the result of that would be 30 root 15 over 3. And my final value would be 10 root 15. All right. So this side length is 30 root 5. Z represents the shortest leg, so the shorter leg is 10 root 15. And then the hypotenuse, which is double the shortest leg, is 20 root 15. Everybody okay with that idea moving forward? All right, to get the perimeter, we add up the sides, which means we add up like radicals. These, ladies and gentlemen, are the right like radicals. We can add the outside numbers. 20 plus 10 is 30, so we got 30 root 15 plus 30 root 5. All right, if it was free response and you left it like that, I would be completely fine. However, moving forward, as you progress in math, realize some people will request you to pull out the 30 like it's a GCF. So that would give us 30 root 15 plus root. All right. Area of a triangle, remember, is 1/2 base times height. The base and the height are the sides that make the right angle. So that'd be 10 root 15 times 30 root 5 with a 1/2 in front. We multiply the outside numbers. 10 times 30 is 300. Half of 300 is 150. Root 15 times root 5 is root 75. Root 75 breaks down into 25 and 3. The square root of 25 is 5. I'd multiply by the outside number to give me 750 root 3. So that would be my area. Good with that one? And everything that comes along with it? Okay. So then walking you through the problems themselves. All right. And the problems themselves are based upon problems we did in class yesterday. If you want to check that video, if we're looking at these are direct examples of quadratics. So when you set them up, x squared plus x minus 10 squared equals x plus 10 squared. All right. And then please realize that x plus 10 squared is not x squared plus 100. It's x squared plus 20x plus 100. And then you solve it from there. All right. When you have a problem involving a moving ladder, please realize you actually have two right triangles. The ladder represents the hypotenuse when it's lying against the building. And this problem says the top of the ladder hits the building 40 feet from the ground. There's that. Can we now use Pythagorean theorem to figure out how far the bottom of the ladder is from the bottom of the wall? Yes, it then says this: you slide the ladder 16 feet closer to the wall. If you use Pythagorean theorem there, can you then get 16 to get the new side there as well? Yes. And then you use Pythagorean theorem there. It will not be 16, just so you know. All right. To the nearest inch, what is the longest pole that can fit in a box with dimensions of 2 feet by 1 foot by 18 inches, round appropriately? All right. Again, we have a box. And basically, we're doing Pythagorean theorem twice. All right. Remember to leave it as a radical, because when you plug it back in, the square root will cancel each other out. Now, we got inches here. We got feet and feet there. So that means we got to convert. I would even though it makes your numbers bigger, this is one of the rare instances that I would convert those into inches. You can convert that into feet. You're going to have a decimal. Now, for those of you who weren't around yesterday, rounding appropriately, if you get 32.6 for your answer, which you won't because I think that's bigger than everything else, but we'll see. 32.6 for your answer, and you have to round to the nearest inch. Why would you not round to 33? Not going to fit. All right. So when faced with this situation, think of ARD. Always round down. Always round down in that situation. Find the area of a square. We're going to skip the word problem because it's just like the one we did yesterday. If you need a reference, check the video. Find the area of a square with a diagonal measuring 15 centimeters. Please realize diagonal of a square turns it into an isosceles right. And if they give you that 15 centimeters, you should be able to get that side and that side. Notice it does not say to round, so please leave your answers inexact. You may fall under human error if you do that. Find the area of an equilateral triangle with a perimeter of 24 centimeters. That means all the sides are the same. So to get the side length, you just take the perimeter and divide by 3. And then keep in mind that you need the height to get the area of the triangle. And that bisects that side, and it bisects that angle. So basically, I start with 60 degrees, and I end up with a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. All right, find the perimeter of a triangle whose height is 15 centimeters. You can skip that one if you'd like, or you can make it an equilateral triangle. It's up to you. All right. They would need me more information, and so we'll do that. All right. When working with a circle, please realize all radii are congruent. So when the angle between the radii is 90 degrees, you got an isosceles right triangle. They tell you the diameter of a circle A is 20. The radius is what fraction of its diameter? Half. So you just take 20 and divide by 2. What's half of 20? These are both 10. All right. And you should recognize an isosceles right triangle in the relationship. All right. On the back, the one on the top is a lot like the one we did in the beginning of class. Okay. And then the two on the bottom, you're just working with uncomfortable radicals that aren't as pretty as root 3 and root 2. Okay? So that's due tomorrow at midnight. The live stream will be up, like I said, around 11:20. There'll also be one in the morning during period 1 if you prefer to join in. That's due tomorrow. All right? Thursday, we'll take any last-second questions you might have from either that or the quiz review. All right, you do not need to complete the quiz review. That's why it's not assignments. And then we will start working on trigonometry. Goodbye. And I can close this.